Hello there everybody, and welcome to another Regalia Minecraft preview. This is actually the first video that I'm going to make about these kind of things. I'm actually going to start doing a the making of kind of thing. Since the server hasn't been released, I like to keep everybody up to date with what's going on. But I would also like to kind of show people what I'm doing. So every time I go building, every couple times at least, I'm going to make one of these videos so that way you guys can kind of see, like the making of, so how this stuff kind of came to be. Most of that Alden preview, if you go back and watch that, that's already been constructed, and in that video I showed this little castle off, and I haven't done anything with this castle yet, but I showed this tower, but I want there to be a dungeon underneath this tower, and I'm going to be able to make that by doing like this. I'm going to kind of make it somewhat hidden, but at the same time, not really. And I have a wand tool which I can use to kind of make multiple blocks at once, but I'm going to do this individually just so you guys can see. So basically what I'm going to do here is I want to seal this off and make it look like it's kind of just like a little overhead thing to make it look a little bit more hidden, like this. And then the dungeon entrances are actually going to be right here. So I'm going to kind of make like a little thing here, and there's going to be a door there actually, but I'm not going to make a big effort to reveal that right now, or build that or anything. So I'm just going to make it like this, and it's only going to be one wide, and so it'll look a little something like this. So now it looks like that, and I need to put, oh, I did not do that right. Well, kind of. I don't want these on there. Okay, alright, so now I'm going to put these here. Okay, so, and then like I did with that side, I'm going to want to seal that off. Okay, alright, so now if we look at it this way, this is kind of weird looking, but I don't want to mess with that too much. I might fix this later just because it was originally intended to be like that, but that's not a big deal. I'm just going to leave it like that. Anyways, continuing on, so that's going to be kind of like the main part of the dungeon right there, and there's going to be little stairs here, which I will clear out, and I'll just do one side at a time, and I'm going to give myself some torches so I can kind of see around here, and I've already given myself quite a few items here, and so it'll look something like that, and I'm going to want to make this so that way it goes down about 2 levels per brick. If you notice, in here I made it go 3 blocks wide, but in this case this one will actually be, it'll still be 3, but just the way that it goes down will be a little bit different, and that will be flat rather than stairs. So I need to light my way here so I can see. So I'm going to put a little bit more torches than usual for now, but eventually once it's done and I can see just fine, then I will take a lot of the torches out. So basically how this is going to look is I'm going to have 2 stairs here, and then underneath here I'm going to start adding more, and this one will stay flat like I mentioned earlier, and then if you notice here, this is actually 5 wide from the outside, but it's only 3 on the inside. So right now what I've cut into here hasn't even entered the inside of this building yet, and so I still want to clear this out so I can put some stairs here, and then I'm going to need to clear these 3 out. And notice how I'm kind of going into this now, which is bad, and I will need to cover this up eventually, but for now I don't really care what kind of damage I do. And actually I did kind of mess this up because I really want this to kind of come out more, but I'm afraid that that's gonna, that it's gonna do that and lead out into the big world. So I'm gonna have to kind of limit it to here for now, at least. But I want to check this actually. I'm gonna try this. And what I'll do is I'll still take this out, and I just want to try this at least so I can see how it'll work. If it doesn't work, oops, didn't want to do that. If it doesn't work, I will scratch this idea, but if it does, this will be awesome. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to line this like this, and I'm going to leave that open for now actually, and I may add to that a little bit later, but for now I'll leave that open. So now I have more length, and I've already descended 3 levels of stair, and I'm going to leave this flat like I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to start cutting away into this. Now that I'm low enough, it shouldn't interfere with anything that I've built upstairs. So, I should be able to go down 3 levels because I'm going to need to do the same thing on this side. So, I should be okay for this. So, what I'm going to do is start building these stairs down. And like I said, I was going to do 3 levels, and I'm going to kind of ignore this all right now. I will fix it all later, but right now it looks like this is going to work. So, I'm just going to keep going with it, and eventually maybe people will be able to see these stairs, but I don't know. I haven't decided with that yet. So, I'm just kind of going with the flow. Now I want to do this on the other side as well, so that way it can be seen. So, looks like we started the stairs right here. So I'll do the same thing. And again, this is cutting into here, which I will fix. But for now, I just want to get this done. Sometimes when you have Minecraft and you're building things exceptionally close together, you have to be pretty attentive to, you know, just kind of where you're building and everything, so you don't mess anything up. So right now, this looks fine, and I need to build enough stairs here. So 1, 2, 3, and then I also need to cut in right here, so that way it's 4, and then I'm going to cut it until I reach that. Okay, so now it looks like I might be able to get this to work. Okay, so let's see, I made 1, 2, 3 stairs going this way, and I don't know exactly how much I'll have space for, so I'll have to see here. So I'm going to build that there. Looks like this might not be even, so I might have to remove those stairs, but for now, I'm just going to see what's going to work. Okay, alright, so instead of that being there, this will be there. Okay, so now that that is even, that looks a lot better. And then I'm going to just start cutting into here to make this dungeon. I mean, it already goes down pretty far. I'm going to want it to go down one more series of levels, though, because this dungeon's going to take up this entire surface right here. So that's kind of how that's all going to pan out. And again, I'll fix all this later. I can actually fix a lot of this right now. I'll make this out of brick rather than stone, so that way it looks nicer. But I need to keep lighting this path, and I need to go in 1, 2, 3. 3 blocks. I've already gone 2, 3. Alright, and then that'll make 4, and then I'll just kind of widen this area out a little bit. And again, this is going to be a pretty large dungeon, but for now, I'll just make it look like that. And I'm not going to take up this whole video of me carving out an area, but when we come back, I will have hollowed out this area. And I won't add on to the ceiling. I'll make the ceiling still too high. But this will be a lot larger. So when we come back, I'll pretty much have the room for the dungeon complete. So I will see you shortly. Welcome back, everybody. And as you'll see, I've made a few modifications. I put some doors on here, which are activated by some levers. I might change the operation mechanism, but for now, I'll just leave them as levers. But I also changed this to just being 1 door because I had to make a fix down here because in the last video we were cutting into here. So I just actually added these blocks here, and it doesn't affect going down the stairs any, but it just helps fix that. And I put it on this side even though it doesn't need it, just so it looks symmetrical. And then, so that's what I did there. And now I'll show you what I've done in here. So now you'll notice that this is now made out of brick, and I kind of tweaked this a little bit so that way it looked nicer. And so there's that. And eventually I'll line it with torches so at nighttime you can actually see in here, but right now I'm not worried about that. So now you'll see that I've carved out a lot more than was here before, and I lined the floor with cobblestone. So now it looks pretty cool, and the next thing I want to do is start making some cells. And I gave myself some fences so I can make doors and such things as that. And in the last video I talked about making this go down further, but I actually realized that I don't need to make it go down further. So we're going to make a few cells. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm thinking, I mean, I have a couple of options. I can make them 4 by 4, and I can start in this corner by making 1, 2, 3, 4, and then starting right here, and then putting posts like that and then making the entire inside. So really it's 5 by 5, but obviously these posts are taking up a portion of the space. And then there would be some there as well. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to make them, but I'm at least going to make it so that I don't have to put fences along these walls. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the video again, but when we come back, I will have made all of the cells like this, at least the posts anyways, and I'll figure out how I'm going to connect them. I might make it all out of fence, but I haven't decided yet, because I might either just make like the gate out of fence or something, so I'll make that decision once we get there. But when we come back, this will all be lined with at least the posts anyways, and possibly with the cells, but we will see. Welcome back once again, and I've actually changed my mind since the last little clip that I took out. Instead of having a little 5 by 5 to make this a 4 by 4, I actually made it a 7 by 8, which really makes this a 6 by 6 on the inside because of the way that I open this up. Because really there's 17 blocks here, because there's 8 on this side, 8 on this side, plus the 1 here. So there's actually 3 wide here. And I haven't stacked these just so you can kind of see a little bit better, but these will all be stacked 2 high, and while I'm doing that, I'll explain what I'll be doing for the rest of this. So basically, like I said, this is going to be a cell, kind of like a little dungeon, and there's going to be iron doors where I've left the gaps, and those are going to all open with their own individual switch. Additionally, they're possibly going to open with a master switch, which will be on that wall right there, that will feed all the way across this dungeon to open all 8 doors at the same time. So now that I've finished that up, I'm going to put these doors down, and they're going to look weird because they kind of protrude out a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not looking for a complete perfection here, but so I'm going to lay these down, and I'm not going to really do a whole lot with them right now because I want to figure out how I'm going to route this redstone. So I've laid them down now, and it may eventually be better if I put them on the inside, but for now I'll just do that, and that will be how that is. And I may change these fences out on either side for stone like this, so that I can mount a lever on here a little bit more easily. So I actually like how that is, so I'm going to do that now, because I'd given myself cobblestone in advance because I think I just like the look better that way. So I'm just going to lay all of this down, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this redstone circuit, which is eventually going to be lined all underneath this complex here, but I'm probably going to clip out a lot of it because it takes quite a while to do, and then I'll just explain it once it's all done, so that way everybody can see how it works and everything. So I'm going to finish laying all this out with stone, because I really like the look of that a little bit better. I would like for all of it to be a cell, but oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Meant cobblestone. Alright, so while I'm finishing this up, like I said, the redstone path is going to be underneath all of this room. So I'm probably going to dig a hole out where this wall is right there, so that way I can access it from that spot and just dig underneath where that was. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the video once again once I finish this up, and then when we come back I will have made everything available for the redstone to just be ready to go with that. So I'll see you again in a little bit.